Hi there. All right, so in today's video, I'm going to talk all about what to look out for when you are trying to step into food freedom on your own. Trying to stop binge eating, emotional eating, overeating, all those things that you don't want to do, the unwanted eating habits, the compulsion with your food, and those big kind of things to watch out for on your journey. So watch to the end of this video for some really good stuff. I'm going to be giving 3 key things to look out for. For those of you who don't know, I'm Brittany Brown, founder over here at Beating Binge Eating and creator of all kinds of programs and things for our students and our women. I've had the honor of leading personally at least 3,500 to 4,000 women to freedom. And then in our communities and our support, we touch over the lives of over probably around 110, 120,000 women. So I have seen so much when it comes to your struggle with your body and food. I have seen so much just on my own personal journey and working closely with our clients. I've led the same call for 5 years every Tuesday, and it goes 2 hours or more. And then there's another one that I led on Thursday for about 2 years, and those are with our students in the throes of binge eating. And so I have seen a lot on this journey, and I've seen the ups and downs of the process of what someone goes through when they have support and what someone goes through when they don't have support. So I want to talk about the things to watch out for if you're out there on this journey, whether you're working with me, not working with me, have another coach, whatever it is, this is what you got to look out for. So, okay. The first thing is using tools and not a system. Like, this stuff is hard, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's like in entrepreneurship. There's all these coaches out there saying how easy it is and you can build this thing and make millions of dollars. And no, that shit is hard. So entrepreneurship is one of the hardest undertakings I've ever taken on in my life. Now, times that by 10, and that is healing my struggle with my food and breaking out of binge eating and breaking out of the debilitating thoughts and consuming ideas in my mind that I had about my body and about my health and about my weight and about my worth in the world. So it took me literally 12 good years to get free. And even at that 12-year mark, my freedom is nothing like it is now, 5 and 6 years later out. I thought I was free, but I was just kind of not binge eating and not compulsive anymore. Now I'm really free where I don't have to think about this stuff anymore. When I look back on that, I think one big thing that got in the way is just kind of getting different pieces to a puzzle, but not having the whole puzzle picture, not having the edges, not having the guide to actually put it all together. So while I think YouTube and blogs and things that we do for free for our community are very helpful, sometimes I feel like it almost might be hurtful because even though that tip could be a really beautiful perspective shift, it's not in the certain order of the systematic fashion that our women go through in our programs to find freedom. And that system, the certain things done at certain times for us and for anyone, is going to be what really gets someone to the other side of this. For example, let's say you watch a video on listening to your body, intuitive eating, listening to your body. Great. If you're in survival mode, meaning your body and brain are kind of programmed and wired to eat, if you're still binging, listening to your body might be yelling at you to have pizza all day, or you might not be able to hear the cues of your body. So even though intuitive eating is a great tool, it is you just hearing about how to listen to your hunger fullness cues, let's say, on a YouTube video is skipping these massive first steps. And if people just jump to that, they're going to feel nervous, scared, they're going to overeat, they're going to lose control on food, they're going to gain weight, and then they're going to go back to dieting. And so I see so many people get pieces to the puzzle instead of a systematic thing. So watch out for that. Make sure what you're doing is in the right order and in a proven step-by-step system to get to the other side of this. Another thing I see is fear. Fear get in the way, right? You're moving along and then you step on the scale, or you're going and you're moving along and you get scared and go back to what you knew before, or you're going and you're moving along and you're uncertain and you just don't know what to do next. So you go back to your comfort zone of dieting, or you go back to your comfort zone of just saying, screw it, I already blew it, I'm gonna start back over tomorrow. So fear and uncertainty can be so tough in this process. And I urge you, as the fear and confusion and uncertainty come up, to put a pause before you go back to the old pattern. Recognize that fear, that discomfort on the inside is trying to take you back to what you know instead of where you are going. So this journey, this process is a process, no matter how good your system is or not, it is a process of experimenting, feedback, adjustment, experimenting, feedback, adjustment. And there is a step-by-step system, but that step-by-step system has to fit in with your life, your emotions, your world, how you operate, your schedule, like so many things, right? Your fears, your beliefs, everything. Your history, like all of it. You are a unique specimen. So the system is actually very similar for everyone. Like for our girls, we personalize it, of course, in our programs, but the flow that someone needs to go through is very similar. But what comes up for you on your journey as you go through that, you want to make sure you have the tools to work you through those things that come up and walk you through the process. So like, for example, we've had so many women come through our program. We know the hundreds of things that can happen along the journey, and we have those things in place to ease your fears and guide you through it. So you want to make sure that no matter what you're doing, when you're facing that uncertainty and those fears, that you don't go back to the old familiar just because you're uncertain and you feel a little out of control or a little confused about what to do. You want to take that next smallest doable step in the face of your freedom and in the face of really getting to that next place of your freedom. And another thing, actually, I'm going to do more than 3. I'll do 2 more. I think I might do more. Another thing that I see get in the way of people's journeys is when they try the more deeper emotional route instead of handling their physiology. So for example, like they go straight to therapy. Disclaimer, not knocking therapy. I think if there's emotional issues, trauma issues, things like that, therapy's great. I think some therapists are very skilled. And many therapists, especially in the eating disorder recovery place, take a more deeper emotional route instead of a practical route working with the physiology. So what I mean about this is you might be in session and you might be talking about all the emotional reasons causing binge eating, all the things from childhood that led up to these beliefs about yourself, and doing this deep inner work, which is really beautiful and powerful, but not addressing like, yo, you're dieting, your brain's pointing you to eat food, and your physiology is making you binge eat, regardless of your emotional stuff, right? So I see people I think one fault I see people do is like they go all in with one methodology instead of taking an approach that has the emotional stuff, but also has the physiology, also has the belief system, also has the brain science, and has this all-encompassing approach to it. And last but not least, I know you know this if you've seen any of our stuff, but and this kind of bridges with number 1 with like going back to the familiar, it's dieting. Like even when someone has more freedom from this stuff, the one thing that's going to pull them back is dieting. It's the diet culture. We live in a world that is just like entrenched with diet culture and entrenched with, like you feel like constant messages about you to make you feel not good enough, constant messages about all the things you need to improve. You know, honestly, like even this camera, I don't know why it smooths my face out so much more than it is. Like my face isn't this smooth. I have a lot of wrinkles. I have hyperpigmentation and discoloration. If you felt my skin, it's a little bumpy. Like I don't have this porcelain face that this camera is showing, and I don't have a filter on. I don't know why this is happening with this new webcam I bought. I kind of like it. But like even that, like you subconsciously watch things, like you're consciously watching them. And even if you're not comparing yourself, subconsciously you're just taking in information about like what looks good, what doesn't look good, people's appearances, these fake porcelain faces that we see online, people's body size, you know, Sarah at the gym who just got her abs from keto, or Johnny who's got more energy ever from fasting, or like this diet culture that's constantly coming at us that tells you to disconnect from yourself and what's working for you and go back to that old way of being. So no matter how free you are from binge eating, if you go on a diet, especially with the main focus on weight loss, and you disconnect from yourself, like for me, if I went on a diet right now, I've been free for 5 or 6 years, I could do something now, and this is new in the last couple years, for like my health. Like say I needed to heal something, I could probably do it, but I'd have to take a very unique mindset to it. And say I went on like a typical diet, like I did Whole30 lifestyle approach, or if I did keto, for example, I don't think binging's even inside of me anymore. Like I don't think I could physically binge anymore. But let me tell you, I would get compulsive. I would get thinking about food. I would have cravings because that is a physiological thing. That is not because I'm weak and not healed and not free. And no, like that is a physiological thing. That's not because I don't have a relationship with food that's good and healthy. Physiological. So, what I see with a lot of people is as they get into this place of freedom and feeling good and connected with their body, they either get triggered by diet culture and like say, ooh, could I do these few things? Like, could I do this thing? And it causes some compulsion, or they accidentally restrict from lifestyle. Like they're doing so damn good that they like are forgetting to eat breakfast and they're zooming through their day and like just eating the salad and just eating the healthy stuff because they feel so empowered and so good. And then a couple weeks go by and it's like, I have cravings, what's going on? You have to make sure you're nourishing and taking care of yourself. You have to stay out of this diet culture. And nothing wrong with wanting weight loss, right? But weight loss has got to be on the shelf, out of your focus. Your focus has to be connecting to, honoring, healing your relationship with self, feeling vibrant and happy, alive, and making supportive choices, supportive for your physical well-being, but nourishing for your mental, emotional, spiritual, and your well-being as a whole. Diets don't do that. Diets just say, this thing equals this in the body, you have to do this, and then you have to live in this grueling willpower, wake up and force yourself every day to do something, versus having this easy, loving connection relationship with yourself where you naturally choose things that feel great to eat and make you feel alive, and you can go have the damn pizza with your friends or your family because pizza nights are fun and you deserve them. So these are the things to watch out for, right? Your fear, your confusion, the diet culture, and going back to the familiar when things get scary, going the deeper emotional route, but missing all of the other pieces to the puzzle. Or what was the other one? Pieces to the puzzle. Like just doing pieces to the puzzle at the time in the wrong order, and not handling things in the order that it needs to be handled. Like your physiology has got to be looked at first, because if you are wired or programmed and your survival mechanisms are on to binge or overeat, you will binge or overeat no matter how good the coach is, no matter how good the affirmation is, no matter how good the book is, no matter how good the meditation app is, no matter how good the inner healing is. Like you will go back to this behavior if you do not shift your physiology. So start there. I hope this video helped you kind of put together the pieces to the puzzle. And if you want them put together for you in a step-by-step systematic fashion, then click the link below this video. I'm not even gonna give you, this link, when you click it, it doesn't require your email address or anything. You will see a 30-minute video training there that will greatly, greatly support you. And then below that, you will have the opportunity to book a call to speak with myself or someone on the team, most likely not me, but someone on the team, and that would be our coaching director who's been with me for 5 years. Her name is Stella. She's amazing. She's also overcame binge and emotional eating, and she's been inside with me building this organization. And she, or potentially I, will guide you in a step-by-step way and give you clarity into why you struggle and show you a step-by-step path to stop, a system that's been proven to work, not just with a few people. We've had over a few thousand clients. I don't know the exact amount, but I would say over 4,000 clients personally through the specific system that will give you on the call 1,200 clients. Like this thing is incredible and it works. And then after that call, if you feel like if we feel like it's a good fit, you feel like it's a good fit, and we can honestly tell you, hey, out of all the solutions that are out there, like we're the best ones for you, then we can talk about potentially working together after the call with no pressure or anything like that. This call is designed, it's a breakthrough call. It's designed to support you, give you clarity, and show you those next best steps to set you up for freedom. So click that link, watch the video training, even if you don't book the call, but I highly suggest you book the call because, this, like our system gets you out of all 4 of those scary places that we just talked about. One of the other places I just talked about is like when someone's trying this stuff by themselves, weight gain and out of control eating is very common, and that can be scary, right? So we want to get you through this process without causing all of that, right? So click the link below this video. We'll support you, and let me know what you thought. Did this help you kind of learn what to watch out for? Leave a comment. Love you dearly. Love making these videos for you, and I will see you in the next one.
The training that I have in the description just below this video, or the link, just click someplace around this, that training is going to be what supports you with getting there.